Or Chapter 15, Creating Smart Commands. Okay, overview. The previous 52 chapters show the redirection filter command with the pipe of the batch valve of the macro lets you build your own command chain with the way of the MSX command works. The chapter shows you how MSX gives you more control over the way of the carry off the command you build with the batch valve technique. With the chapter helps you with the create of the powerful command tailored to your needs. Make your commands display with your own instructions, warning messages, or you can specify circumstances on the MS-DOS carries out with the command and with a different sequence of the command together. You can make either system pause until you tell it to proceed. Chapter should develop a bash file with the most useful capability for the next chapter. Instead of the examples, describe the two additional batch commands, several useful commands you can create with complete with these two batches. Chapters you may readily apply with full power MS-DOS to your needs. Preparing for example, the example you need the formatted floppy disk. Same for some of the samples. If you completed the example, chapter 12 to chapter 13, taking control of your system and use the run DOS directory contained with the ownless file with the formatted floppy disk and drive the A chain with the current directory to run DOS and type this. C drive chain directory prompt chain directory to run DOS. If you want to chain with the prompt to C prompt as shown in the following example, the type of the prompt use 6 file within chapter next chapter and then show these files. File with the creator, you either press F6 or Control Z and enter what you see, and then this is complete with the preparation of the example. Creating an archive command. Disk file appropriate as you use the computer, probably archive with the time when the time to company with a long-term storage floppy disk, erasing them from your working disk, just occasionally remove the documents from your paper file to put them in long-term storage. Although MS-DOS version 6 included the MS backup, the command earlier versions include backup and restore command to help you archive the old. The chapter shows you how to use the MS-DOS batch commands to develop the archive command that all users can use whether or not comfortable with the MS commands. You stuff the batch file contained with a single copy of the command, then you expand with the batch file to display the instruction to provide a safeguard with against inadvertently erasing the previously archived file. Erase the file after archived. Floppy disk drive with the A with the archived floppy disk. Once stored with a safe place, your floppy disk is working disk will contain with the file at once. The archive command will be file named archive batch. The initial version contains only the copy command to create the file. Type the following copy C prompt copy console archive bat. And then copy 1% is the A drive 1% shift Z. Or that's a history. The file starting with the archive command requires only one parameter. The name of the B archive. The copy command copies the file 1% of the copied command to the file of the disk to drive A. Give it the name of the A drive %1 to the original C hub of the bash file. Make certain the archive floppy disk and drive A with a PDoc. Type archive PDoc. MS-DOS respond with displaying carrying out with the command when the bash file. Copy the PDoc, the A drive PDoc, one file copied. This isn't much, but it is only the starting point. You can also add significance to the simple command as you go through the examples in this chapter. Modifying sample the batch file. The chapter describes the 4 batch commands, the echo, pause, if, and go to. Each command description explains the purpose of the batch command, then add the archive batch. The modified version of batch file shown with the chain with the added lines shaded either with the MS-DOS editor, made with the indicated chain with either enter each of the updated version copy from the console. Controlling system messages. Echo command control of the whether the command of the batch file is displayed lets you display with your own messages in 3 parameters: echo, on, and off the message. On cause that the command is displayed and they are carried as they are carried out. This is called the turning of the echo on. The echo is on unless you turn it off. Off command is not to be displayed as they are carried out. They are called turning echo off. The eliminating the commands for the display can make a batch file easier to reduce lettering on the screen. Message singing of the characters such as the remainder of the wiring. Warning if you're wanting to display the message, display with the echo to turn off. Include only one parameter, the echo command. If they omit all parameters, just the type of echo, the MS-DOS display with the status echo. Either echo is on or echo is off. First changes to the archive command, adding echo command at the beginning of the turn off echo and off echo another command. After it will display a title message. After the modified archive bat, echo off, echo archive procedure copied, A drive. The PDoc to when you are a new archive command, type the new batch file with the name of the file to be archived. The C prompt archive PDoc because of the echo always on the MS-DOS starts carrying out the commands of the batch file. MS-DOS was with the first echo command, but they turn off echo command, then carries off the second echo command, which displays with the archive procedure. Finally carries out with the copy command with the original archive back, copy the file, C drive prompt, echo off, archive procedure copied, message. produced by command itself, such as one copy to copy to proceed with the example of the display with the echo is on and off, starting with the version 3.3, preventing the individual command of the beginning being echo of the preceding. That symbol depends means that you can eliminate even the first echo off of the message, changing the first line archive back to echo off the choosing 3.3 or latest version of each of the file again to add at symbol at the beginning of the line 1 for now on. All examples shown the at symbol. If you're not using 3.3 or later, simply ignore it. Archive command is starting to take shape. It's time to add something instruction for a person who uses it. Making system pause. Some of the MS-DOS will format this copy of the display message, wait for the response, give you the chance to confirm the intention of the completion, preparation, inserting floppy disk, turning on the printer. What you have with the bash file, do the same. By pause command, which display with the pause, pressing any key to continue, makes the system wait until you press any key with the message, strike any key when ready, version 4. Format of the pause command is pause, and then message. You add the pause command, the archive batch, and you can add the message a remainder to insert in the archive bat floppy disk drive A with the files copied to modified version archive bat is echo off, echo archive procedure, echo make sure archive floppy disk and drive A pause copy 1% the A drive 1% version first version. Remember that you have no version 3.3 later and ignore at line 1. Take the test version type archive pdoc archive procedure and show them make sure the archive and press any key continue. Alright, the echo command display with the remainder of the poll. The command display with a message telling the press key of the system wait complete with the command pressing any key. MS-DOS copies of the file with acknowledge it. One file copied. Alright, control commands that are carried out. But besides carrying out MS-DOS commands, though they have typed individually batch file with the specified of the command should be carried only as some of the conditions true. For the example, the only specified the file exists. The capability matches your batch file with more flexible, letting you to adapt to the various situations. If the command specified the condition carried without MS-DOS command to be carried out with 3 parameters, if not condition and command not reverses means that if the command is carried out only if the condition is true. Condition is the condition to check that has 2 commonly used forms. Existent file name checks whether the name of the file existed. And you include the path name and the necessary whether the file name exists and condition is true. String 1 is equal to string number 2. Compares 2 character strings you specify. If they are identical, the condition is true. Know that there are 2 equal signs command. If you have MS-DOS commands, you add the archive back control display warning symbol message. Adding protection archive command, MS-DOS 6.2 or later warn an attempt at the copying of a file with another same with the name with an earlier version MS-DOS file and the extra guide provided with valuable to you for you all users of the version. Good learning exercise. When a copy of file with a copy command, the MS-DOS still with the name of the original name of the given new copy, the MS-DOS checks whether the already the file with the same name of the copy of the target disk there is MS-DOS replay with the existing file copy. If you didn't realize the file with the same name existed on the disk, inadvertently lost the valuable file. To protect yourself against the oversight, include the 2 or more commands. Archive batch, where you add with a command with a check for whether the file is to be archived. The exit with the archive floppy disk drive A. If it does, echo command in second pro command display with a warning message telling you to cancel command pressing control break. You can also add pause command to give you time to read the warning message. If necessary, add the archive command by pressing control break. Here's a modified version of archive back with the 5th and 6th lines online, even though they are shown 2 lines in the text. Echo pause the archive procedure. Make sure archive floppy disk is paused and percent A drive 1 and percent A drive 1 exists. Control string 1, string 2 exists. Control break to cancel, pause, copy. Test the version archive command, archive pdoc, archive make sure the floppy disk, press any key to continue, press any key to continue. A drive pdoc exists. Control break to cancel, press any key to continue. Don't press any key yet. You might not want to replay with a copy of the file drive A with the press control break to cancel the command. MS-DOS asks whether you really want to mean it. Terminate batch, yes or no. Type Y to confirm. MS-DOS cancel the rest of the archive command. Display with a system prompt and copy of the file have not been pressed. Control break the file would have been smooth. Copied before erasing previously archived pdoc. Alright, smoothing a rough edge. Archive command is getting more useful to protect yourself with inadvertently erasing existing files, but there's a problem now. So what happens, the name of the file to be archived, the name of the file already on a floppy disk, delete the pdoc from the drive A and archive it again. Procedure prompt A drive pdoc, archive procedures, floppy disk, any key to continue. So far, press any key to continue. That's not so good. The system comes right back and pauses, even though it's okay because of the pause command file, but the command is always carried out. Place spacebar again. MS-DOS copy the file as it should. Archive command and work properly with the two pause, with the confusing, especially if someone uses the bash command. How can you fix it? You can delete with the pause command if you don't want to have the chance to make certain the current floppy disk that have been placed in drive A. There's not a very good solution. Or you can delete with a second pause command chain with the command banking with the file exists warning messages instead of the echo message, but is on. Now, recall would have the delete with the echo command beginning of the batch file, the message file with the new pause command would be displayed, and that would mean all your command would be filed with the displayed. Solution would make it better to respond with the archive command clutter, confusing it very good either. There's, however, a way to change the archive commands of the second pause cause and carried out with a file to be archived already on floppy disk drive A. Solution requires use of another command in bash files to go to command. Alright, changing the sequence of the command. The batch you have created will now carry out the MS-DOS commands contained in order. Commands appear. The bash commands are more flexible. You can control the order, and the commands are carried out. The go-to command gives you control, telling MS-DOS to go to a specific line with the command file rather than the next command in the sequence. Tell MS-DOS where to go in the bash file, specifying a label. The label was located on the line bash file. Selecting consists of a colon and immediately following a string of characters. For example, start. Label is now on command. It merely identifies the location of bash file, but the MS-DOS goes to the label and carries out whenever the command following the line on which label appears. Go-to command has one parameter, go-to, and label. Label is defined, identifies the line as bash where the MS-DOS to go. Go-to command is often used as part of an if command. For example, if the command checks in some condition, if the condition is not true, MS-DOS carry without the next command. If it is true, the MS-DOS carry without the go-to command, move it to some other bash file. Remember, the program archive commands file will be archived. It's already on the floppy disk drive A. Wanted to MS-DOS display the warning message and pause. Otherwise, you want to copy the situation tailor-made if the command and include the go-to command mode version archive batch file echo off archive procedure. Make sure the floppy disk. If not, A drive 1% go save. A drive equal echo. A drive 1 exists. Control break to cancel. Save copy A copy percent 1 to 1. History 1 to 1. These chains warrant bit explanation if the command still whether the file to be exist on floppy disk drive A. However, the command include the parameter not, which means the command and second part of the command, if carried out, only reverse the condition of the true if it does not exist on floppy disk in drive A. Second part, if the command is carried out with the condition is true, chain with the go-to command until the MS-DOS skip the label can save. If the file is to be archived, it does not exist the floppy disk drive A. MS-DOS carries on the go-to command, jumps to the file label safe, keeping the echo pause command with a safe copy of the files. If your file archive does exist on the floppy drive A, the go-to command is not carried out. MS-DOS continue with the echo pause command. If it does not cancel with the control break, MS-DOS carries out the copy command. Instant with the MS-DOS ignore the lines label safe because the only purpose of the label identified with the location on batch file. PDOC of the floppy disk drive A is archived in again bit earlier. If you see this, the version archive command warns you the file exists. Type of the code in the following archive PDOC archive floppy disk. Press and continue. Any key to continue, control break, and then these warning press and complete the command. But the problem came up when the file was not on the floppy disk. You got the second pause anyway. You tested the archive command in situation for archiving P back and back up, which hasn't been arrived. Archive P backup archive procedure or floppy disk, and the continue press key. Alright, problem solved. With the P backup, there was an archive floppy disk A with the go-to command was carried out with the go-to command. MS-DOS skipped over the intervening echo and pause command to copy the file. Archive command works properly. It did a little more to avoid the double pause. Now command less confusing and easier to use. Probably encountering command circumstances for fairly often you're creating batch commands. Just remember it takes a little more time in the command. Easy to use the investment is usually worthwhile, especially if the others will be using the command. Using wildcard character for the bash file. Wildcard characters as that archive series of files with the archive command with the typing. The following command and archive all files in P archive P wildcard and give the floppy disk. Press anything continue. Press anything continue. Archive backup document backup P document and P backup or earlier example there on floppy disk. Archive command does not identify a specific file that exists. Gives you a chance to cancel if you want to overwrite, cancel, control break, cancel, reset. The command respond with the MS-DOS prime termination batch cancel. Yes or no. You have pressed either of the control break file, the P would then have been copied to flash drive A and replacing any that were already there. Or erasing original archive file. Archives involving not only one copy of the archive file, whether it be deleting with original archive copy only. Copies now it takes more make to delete, but just if the prudent check whether the file exists for the archive floppy disk before you make the copy. Prudent check again before deleting the original, but just to be sure the file was copied to the archive floppy disk, you'd only additional command to check whether the file is archived is on the archive floppy disk to delete with the original copy from the working disk. Here's the modified version I could batch echo off archive miss floppy disk. Sure. If not, history one, go to save that history one exists, control the cancel, and then pause, safety, copy history one to drive A. If history drive one, delete history one. Screen response to the version archive command the same as in the previous version. New command delete to the original file after copying test by P document again. See archive P or archive the floppy disk and continue and copy. See the original version PDoc exists. See directory PDoc and then show the C directory found. File not found. This is originally gone. Archive command does copy the specified file of the archive floppy disk. Deletes the original functional command is complete. If you're using MS-DOS version 6.0 or later, move the command used eliminating needs of the original file. Successful copy use the MS-DOS version 6.2 or later. The move command will warn them the following name already exists on the archive floppy disk. Eliminating need for it is not existing command. Alright, distressing your archive command. Value of the bash file depends not only on but also on how easy to use it correctly. The use of the particular important use of the bash file only. Occasionally someone uses it and vital bash file deletes other files as you archive command does. As one example, archive command starts by turning off echo off uncluttered screen helps you respond less confusing. Can also do some other things, make bash files easy to reuse. Clear the screen, use the echo command to display the message report with the progress result. Use the space and the insert tab of the position message displayed with the echo command whether they're prominent on screen. Use the echo command to include the lines displayed to improve the readability of the screen. You can use remark command to put the notes for yourself in the batch file as long as the echo remarks that are not displayed. Remarks can also remember how to batch files work in case you haven't changed or want to create a similar command using the same technique. Remarks are especially useful in batch files long as if you may not look at it very often. Alright, echoing a line space. Up to now, you've seen use the echo command either to turn off or the display of the message. You can also use the echo command to display a line space for the display. You'll probably want to do fairly often to improve the appearance of the display. Seeing the turn on and off echo, following echo either on or off, you follow the echo with some other words displayed as the message. If you simply type echo, MS-DOS tells you whether echo is on or off. How to do you tell MS-DOS to echo a line space? Beginning with the version 3.0, type echo appear in a period with no space between them, cause MS-DOS to play a line space. This does not work with all with your versions of the MS-DOS. You can use the type echo, press spacebar once, hold down Alt key, and use the numeric part, not the number at the top of the keyboard. Type 255. When release the Alt key, the cursor moves over one column. You don't see any of the characters displayed, and the MS-DOS carries out your echo command. It will echo a line space on the screen. Following example, the modified archive batch version MS-DOS does not respond to echo. Substitute Alt 255. Appropriate lines change the batch file. Do not add any capability archive command, but they do not make it easier for someone to understand happening in the changes that are described in more detail in a moment. Here, modified version archive bat. Echo off, CLS, or rename 3-tab following echo command, echo tab, tab, archive procedure. Make sure echo floppy disk and drive A. Remember, rename branch around warning files not archived if not existent. A drive version 1. Go to save echo version 1 exists. Press control break to cancel save. Pause, save copy version 1 to A drive 1. If A drive 1, delete A drive 1. Echo, if echo 1, echo 1 version 1 is archived. Alright, the purpose of each change is as follows. In line 2, clears the screen. Start with the archive command off of the blank of the screen, giving you complete control over what is displayed. In line 2, remark command reminds you the space after the beginning of the echo command. Line 4 is created pressing a tab key 3 times. Inline title archive procedure made with the prominent is in the display in the center of the screen, starting with the 3 tabs. In line 5, echo command displays the line space below the type. Oh, in line 8, the remark command explained what the purpose of the go-to command, including line 9. In line 10, another echo command displays the line space and warning of the message. In line 11, more visible. In line 16, echo command displays another line space with the message. In 17, more visible. In line 17, echo command message tells the file has been archived. Alright, make necessary changes compared with your batch file with the modified form archive batch shown earlier. If any difference is correct with them before saving the revised version. Although I haven't changed anything in archive command, the screen responds quite differently to the new version of archive p old, which is on the archive floppy disk, archive p old. Because archive batch is not starting with a clear screen, everything you see from this point on display on your archive command. When the command prompts you to check the floppy disk drive A, press any key. The screen now looks like this. Archive procedure, press drive A, file with the pre-drive old. Alright, test archive bat again to see how old the response of the file already exists on the archive of the pre-doc, and then p-doc and p-old no longer on the disk drive C. You've archived them and making changes to erase them, so archive backup, type the following, press any with a key to back, continue man for each archive P backup, and the screen looks like archive, and then show the key, any key, and then backup P back archived. Notice that line 15 was added to ensure copy is successful before original was deleted. Line 16 and 7 run even if the copy had not been successful. To solve the problem again, use the inverse logic modified archive batch file starting at line 15 to read this. Echo off clems, rename 3-tab following echo, tab, archive procedure. Make sure archive floppy disk and drive A. Remember, rename branch around warning file is not archived. If not, the A drive first copy go to save echo. A drive worst copy exists. Control break to cancel or pause safety copy A drive 1% to 1 to A drive 1% cut. If not, A drive 1% go to no copy. Delete 1%. Echo 1% archive go to N. No copy echo number 1% first copy not archived. Echo check floppy disk drive A before proceeding N. Alright, archive batch is quite a bit longer but when you began, but the archive command does not look so homemade, much like a homemade command anymore, although you need to always go to such lengths when you create a command. It's nice to know that a little extra effort can make sure it look professional. If others use the batch file, you can create the investment your effort quickly pay off in shorter training time, more efficient use of the system, and fewer mistakes. Alright, chapter summary. Chapter covered a lot of the ground experiment with the best way to put your learn here into practice. Just be certain that you use the floppy disk contain file that you need until you're sure batch commands are working properly. Next chapter describe the 2 additional batch commands that let you create even more flexible batch files. You should be simple to use the batch files. You can use to start your personal collection. You'll need to archive a floppy disk to drive A. Remove this floppy disk and label it archive files. Chapter 16, creating more smart commands.